Alqubit, IT as an expression of art. Alqubit, IT as an expression of art.
Hello world! My fourth showcase about Fairlight life. I don't have any shame to repeat my live production until they don't get better. So my last Fairlight showcase was right before going to work a week ago in the morning, and it was kind of rushed that I didn't appreciate very much as a production. It had a lot of errors and being my live production completely real time, and I'm improvising freestyle. So in order to perform better, I need to enter into the right place. I need to warm up and enter into the zone. And the last time I was not right to the place when a lot of going on. And I will never do right before early in the morning is good. But when you have the tranquility to going forward without looking constantly on the watch. And today is 7th of May 2331. It is live in I'm streaming H265 directly to YouTube. This video after that will be in reply through Restream on LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere I can think about to deploy it. So it is very interesting. I have returned, watch here, I have returned my second camera angle. This is only setting and it is optical setting. There is no elaboration and it is perfect. Color profile is Cine 2 Pro. And I'm streaming from my OBS. Let me enter into the thing. I'm streaming from my beautiful OBS with I had very limited amount of upstream network. From a couple of months, I had even less. I have now 4,500 megabits per second, maximum 5,000 megabits per second in upload. And I'm doing 4K H265 towards beautiful YouTube, and it is perfect. I'm recording locally. You can see there are not errors, there are no skipped frames. It is perfect, and with this 4K registration, after that I will live stream in reply to Restream. Let's enter into the what's going on. It's been a week that I have prepared and optimized at what was a week ago. I have actual results with my beautiful Fairlight light. I'm kind of beginning. I love Blackmagic products. I always support Blackmagic products. I'm doing whatever. I'm having some disturbance in the electrical disturbance, and it is reflected in my USB signals. There is nothing that I can do at the moment. I need to filter somehow. I'm aware of that. Fairlight. I love it and I hate it so much. Let me explain why. Just to set some music. Why I love it? Because Atem Mini Pro is very limited as a quality by default in respect of Atem Mini Extreme. With Fairlight Live, I am able to have even better quality than Atem Mini Extreme, but it comes on the cost of always tweaking, always doing. And why is that? Because I want, as always, pushing the envelope to the limit and beyond. And what is the limit? I want to show off how you can switch with configuration that you have primary and you have failsafe. but with Atem Mini Pro, there is no way to have two USB with the same signal in order to distribute to computer 1 and computer 2, and it somehow managing in real time, as I'm supposing it works with Atem Mini Extreme. I'm having only one USB and I'm connecting it in this moment. At this moment, I bought today. I have prepared it. Arrived today. What I have discovered, two things: the USB cables from Atem Mini cable and cables are beyond critical, beyond important, beyond whatever you want to invest in good USB 3 cables. What has been done? I have I bought many, at least 6 or even more, 8 cables to have different lengths, different connection, USB-C, USB-A, and everything. And the last time, a week ago, that I was connecting directly with let's put this. I was connecting directly with USB-C to USB-A to my this is my content creation server, HPE DL380G9 Windows Server Data Center 2022. With the beta one, it had very big issue. It didn't work basically. Now it is working perfectly. I don't have any objection on that. Thank you, Blackmagic, all good people of Blackmagic, to have if you have heard my praise. Okay. I'm absolutely beyond happy. And I tried with certain cable. It's constantly those disturbance. We need to do something. But let's return to the cables. I've got those cables. One very short. There are 3 together. One very short, and they are with very good quality actually. And this is what I can say. A couple of meters. I used one of those, and even the shorter one to my laptop, and the longer with my server. And I had very big issue with latency, and I wasn't able to use anymore my content creation server because the return in my ears is very high. I have by default 40 milliseconds because I have one hop from Atem Mini into my field monitor that is going directly into OBS, and this hop is 40 milliseconds. Not between the monitor and OBS rendering, between Atem and field recorder, field monitor. And when I add other 40 milliseconds, it becomes unmanageable to be used. With 80 milliseconds in my ears, I'm going crazy. I cannot speak. I'm repeating I'm getting distracted. I'm suffering like crazy. And I didn't use it the last time. But fortunately today, with this thing comes two cables, I think for around 50 centimeters. And they're absolutely super good. And this is a switch. This is when you, how it's the setting. Sorry, how is the settings? You connect Atem Mini to the input of this thing, and the two output connect one to the one computer with Fairlight Live, and the other that will be Failsafe. And as you can see, I have primary mixer and use backup engine. This is not important here. That's why I set it as default when you install it, localhost, because this is not remote control. This is primary mixer that ugly disturbances, but I cannot do anything at the moment. This is two input and one output, but I'm using only one input and two outputs, and it is switch. It cannot be used contemporary at the same time with both computers on the output. It can switch one on the other. It is very good quality and it works. But there is idiosyncrasy that I kind of going crazy. That's why I say I'm kind of hate Fairlight for this reason, because when we switch with this thing that is not natively high availability, I suppose. Let's see the Blackmagic, how we will develop the manual for this thing. At the moment there is no description, nothing. But I have tested it with remote control and with primary failsafe. It works, but it is kind of fragile of this point of view. Why? Because you set the primary, everything is good. If you have record buffer size, and here is around 63, you don't have any latency. Before I had here 43 milliseconds, and there is noticeable, beyond noticeable. And let's go with a little more rhythm. What is happening when you configure master and remote control or master and failsafe? It starts to replicate your profile, and Fairlight is working only with profiles called shows. I have different, this is the one. And when you replicate, when it switches from the primary to the secondary, especially in the failsafe. It kind of loses integrity of the profile. And what is happening? Every kind of behavior, there is no one behavior that is always the same. It either starts to behave with some subset of the profile and kind of partially working, or it gets so crazy that swaps all the channels, and instead of having my microphone here, it starts casually from my, as it was I know exactly what I'm saying. It is behaving exactly that way, crazy. At the digital level, it switches, it somehow doesn't synchronize correctly the channels. And let's say my microphone, instead to be here as a microphone, it swaps on the channels, let's say channels 3 instead of my camera. And there is no way to set it right. At least you don't close open few times Fairlight, and more often it requires to open explicitly the correct profile again, even from the Failsafe laptop, because it loses somehow the integrity of the profile. And that's why I'm saying that I began to hate it, because it doesn't behave holistically with consistency. What are the major issues? If you set anything here and change something, it loses the matrix of the connections, and it starts with only one channel. You need to open the matrix here, patching, and explicitly you see that there is no, they have done it in a way that it works without the mapping. But this way, once it loses the mapping, it doesn't work. You have to explicitly remap it, and this 99% of the time it starts. But it is kind of very fragile of this standard. What needs to be improved, Blackmagic, good people, friends, and everything? Two things. Every settings that is on those, it needs to be able to be saved singularly. You enforce the saving. And another, that they have somehow improved in beta 2 the consistency of the saving of the show. Let's call it profile, show profile. Or it comes from the project of DaVinci Resolve, but it is not working anymore in that way. Two things needs to be done. Every setting to have an option to save it explicitly. The one thing is the background consistency, but it needs to be saved one by one, every setting that you are sure it has been set and saved. And another thing, not to ask me save as. It needs to be saved. Save this one thing, update it, save. Save it is open. Save it as it is now. I'm changing the things. I'm saving singular things. And I want to be able to save this profile. Enforce the saving. And this is missing. What I'm doing every time save as. Something else, or save as show template, and it is updating the template by default. When you create a new one, you can select this template again. It starts immediately as it is the last consistent state. But it is not correct and holistically optimized. It needs to have singular thing, equalizer, save as save. I'm doing the new one. Every time I'm creating the new personalized setting, it breaks the flow and the channels, and I need to do a workaround that is hell of the settings. There are issues of this point of view. Explicitly permit to save each part singularly and the entire thing, plus save as with another name, plus save show template. That makes sense. And the consistency of the I will show it will be probably long thing. Let me see here how it's going on. The flow is going. Let's hope that my upstream is not going crazy. And this is one. And I had today any kind of behavior strange, beyond ridiculous. And you have to have your how it's done. When you install this on Windows, it is the profiles that you have created, the shows that you are creating, they are under, I'm here administrator, who cares, under users, whatever is your username, and Fairlight Live, and after that those things. You copy this on in a third independent directory in order to be safe at any times, because with this consistent saving in the background, you touch something and it changes completely your profile, your scene, your show. And there is no turning back, unfortunately. At least you don't open the one that is independently saved in another place. This is what I have found. And this is now in the configuration that is high availability or high. It's not high availability because It cannot be switched in real time. It is Failsafe that they have called it. You have from Atem Mini Pro only one USB, only one digital output signal that is synchronizes only with one computer. Never, it cannot synchronize with two. Eventually with Atem Mini Extreme it can be connected with two. This is my association, but what I have read inside the manual that on the Extreme, two output can distribute the same signal of Atem Mini Fairlight Live, and it should work basically with the primary and the Failsafe. In this case, with the USB switch, you set the USB switch on one position and connect the primary, and it starts. If there is regularly only one channel present, or some strange behaviors like that. If I open here, just to find I need to rediscover. It is not super clear, those menus, and open this, open that, open. Let's omit this open. It is open. It is there. You open it. Forget about open. Patch matrix, bus assignment. It's too much verbose things. Where is the thing? With the preset, once you have created your presets, digital distor, I have no idea why at certain point it began to be a regular thing. You can set my mic with my mic here, and I can enforce it, but it is not super. I don't know if this is the way how it's done on the normal mixers, the high-level mixers, that it is the same thing basically. Not this. Not this. I cannot find it right now. As usual, demo effect that you cannot find the thing. Anyway, if you change something, it breaks. I don't want now to show off this thing because I need to close, to open, to close. With primary settings, with the Failsafe in the way that I have now configured it with the switch, it will take a break. Different issues, and we'll need to close, reopen, one time or two times or three times, or the times it needs in order to stabilize. And it works generally from not having the sound. Let's suppose this computer breaks, goes down. The time to have the another up and running between stalls not working, it will take between 30 and 40 seconds, more or less. I haven't had a case that it starts and it works immediately. I will break it now for the science together in order to make it work and showcase actually what is happening. I have here perfect working, and after that I will turn on the things a little. Beta 2 is behaving differently from standpoint. I had my super optimized equalization, reductive equalization with beta 1. With this one I had to change it. It has somehow different points and there is nothing changed. The microphone is the same, everything is the same, but the equalization is different, the point. And I noticed it, I had to lower the level even because it was somehow very strong. I'm now here on 66. I usually had before 74 my background music, as I having always the same thing. I had to lower it, otherwise it is going too much. So beta 1 and beta 2 has different levels, different optimization. You need to recreate the things. Much easier than keep it the wrong way, not optimize it. Let's return to the secondary. I'm having here primary. I'm going to the secondary and it is broken now. I will open here. We switch here. This is my laptop and the switch is now opened towards my beautiful server when is everything. And this is my laptop that I will need to go back and forward a little bit. Let me switch. Here is the switch. I just need to push the button and the other we basically break. This one we will break. Now it is working. Let me set some music and it will break. Apologize if there is disturbances and everything, but this is how it is switching. 1, 2, 3. So now I have returned to the second on the laptop. How long it has taken? 30 minutes, 30 seconds. But you have seen that at the beginning, and this has much shorter cable. My server has 50 meters active USB cables, and the signal is different. The USB cables are beyond important, super important, absolutely life-saving important, and the sound is better now. I'm hearing it here. The microphone is better. The profile is real-time replicated from the primary, and when I have opened the secondary, the failsafe, you have seen for the moment stays blank. Often it remains blank and you cannot continue because it is missing the profile. And that's why you need to have a backup plan. Your profile, save it on both places on different directories. You go and open the profile and it works from the very start without any issue. And this is failsafe. I'm on the failsafe computer. Where is the mouse? You can see primary connected. Whatever you are doing on the primary, it is replicating on the secondary, on the failsafe. And if you have, as I have, each touch compact that is working in real time, you see the faders. It is my beautiful It's Touch, and it is replicating. This is still the primary because each touch I need to test it if I can switch. This USB switch is with 2 ingress and 2 outputs. I eventually can set one with the Atem Mini and another with the It's Touch Compact, and I need to test if it switches even to the secondary. But anyways, it works on the primary, and it replicates everything. You can see the fader is moving. And this is how it works. I have the sound is much better here. The consistency of the dynamics are different, I can assure you. And why is that? Because this cable is only 50 centimeters, and another is let's say 75, and after that is going directly 15 meters inside my content creation server that I have shown before. There is no latency. I am assuring you there is no latency. But somehow the signal is a little bit imperceptibly almost flatter. And the equalization is the same because the profile is, but the dynamic is less rich. And let me put the music background. And you see, I have completely the failsafe. And if I need to go back and forth because I haven't connected another mouse. I will show you that this is configured completely differently. On the primary, you need to set use backup engine. That's all. Primary backup engine. On the secondary, you select failsafe mode and you need to insert IP address of the primary, and through the network Ethernet it replicates with TCP/IP. It replicates the profile, all the settings, dynamics, faders, and everything. The signal and the audio is not replicated between the machines, between the primary and secondary, because it operates. Fairlight Live uses USB, digital audio USB. Converting it locally is seen as an USB Ethernet interface, and this is super important. If you have heavily secured machine with some engines and thing that inhibit this flow connection, it has its own IP and its own MAC address. It is super important for the working of the entire thing, of the mapping the channels. And you have to have a little bit of patience. Let's return to the primary and doing the backwards switching. What is happening? Let's return. It will be interesting to see. I'm here on the server. You see, when I switch the signal, audio output speakers, how it maps the speakers are inbound signal. The recordings are the outbound. And this is obviously, it is missing completely the signal. It uses let me do completely this. I will switch back. It will not be without pain. Maybe some harsh noise. You see what is happening almost every time. Only one channel is working, and I found it is going into not responding, not doing this, not doing that, and it is getting crazy. And the other is doing the same. It is audio output, the audio input is missing, and it is missing the other. This is the laptop that was working till few seconds. I swapped the signal. It's synchronized. Now this is the server. It's synchronized, but doesn't work, and it is frozen. It doesn't respond. to anything. Basically cannot be used in that way. Close it. And it has completely returned as before. This is how you need to do the swapping. It is not failover, it is failsafe. But it is not transparent. You do something that is heard and seen, that your live stream is breaking at some point. But how I can describe the sound that I don't have latency. I'm assuring you, respect of the other, I don't have. I have zero latency here. And I don't perceive any latency. What I perceive is when you use ground noise filter, you perceive something that the equalization is getting a little bit uglier. And with the long cable, this is what I perceive in respect of the other laptop. A little bit not this crisp. It is still the same values, the same thing, but something in the sound is not the same. The long cable has its impact, even though it is still capable to synchronize. Probably it has lower bitrate, or I have no idea, but the sound is not that beautiful as with the shorter cable. And you return here and you see everything as before. Let me try if I can get what I wanted to show before. This is somehow automatically, if you do it that way, it continues to work, but after that, if you it is disabling the channels. This needs to stay always there. Blackmagic, please adjust this thing. It needs to be set. Okay, that it's automatically adjusted, but it needs to be set there in order that when you swap, change, it goes on without issues, because this doesn't have by default somehow those two settings, even though I will set them now here and save everything. The next time that I'm opening, this will be blank and it will work, but with every change this will go crazy. One channel, two channel, half channel, no channels. This needs to be somehow done. In my super optimization I have done today, and slightly different than before, but it is still very good. And the sound of my mic returned to be more than good. The last live production wasn't good. The entire live production was somehow, I didn't I wasn't into the zone and everything was somehow here and there. And now it's perfect. What other? Let's open this thing. High quality USB cables are essential, beyond essential. The USB cable is beyond supercritical for latency and stability. Now with extremely good cables, I don't have latency. Even with the 50 meters active cable in the middle, the other day I had with very good cable, but it had some, and it has here a LED that indicates 3.1 ampere, and it is strange cable that doesn't work well. It introduces latency. So you have to have different cables to change, to try. It works, what is the sense? It works 100% with my content creation server. Now I'm here on my content creation server with 2022 and 15 meters active USB cables. One is USB 3, the other is USB 2. It works with both, with no latency. What I have said, that the USB, digital USB audio, the output is managed through, let me open here. This is my physical NIC. I have disabled the abstraction of Hyper-V in order to solve the issue with the Fairlight Live that I had. This is the Atem Mini Pro. This is the Ethernet that it creates. And I had to insert into the Windows Server 2022 data center. I had to manually copy inside the driver settings the MAC address because it wasn't present and it didn't work without. And now it's working. Because under Windows 11, this is presenting IP4, IP6, much richer properties. Here is only MAC address, and it was blank. If you have ipconfig all, you see the MAC address, actual MAC address assigned to this NIC, and you copy the MAC address without the hyphen in the middle, and you force on the driver this thing, because the driver is different from Windows 11 and it works. If I disable this, it will break again. Let me show you. It doesn't break. It has been something different. I have no idea why it doesn't break. It should break. This is how it's done. But my certainty is not so certain at this moment. Eventually, it has improved somehow, but this I have super tested it before, and when this was disabled, everything was breaking, and this is not true anymore. Hello, hello, hello. It works. I have no idea what is going on here. And better. If it works, works. I'm only happy. I need to do the showcase number 5 in order to understand what is going on with this thing. I cannot disable this thing because it is the live stream, and if I disable it, everything will fall apart. So, save your show profile settings, what I have explained before. That you need to have on both machine, both laptop and the two primary and secondary, you need to have the backup of the profile on the completely different directory in order to recover in case of blank. If this thing, Fairlight Live, if it is going and it is crashing, after that it opens with blank, and after that you open your profile that is inside the directory, and it has changed few things that you cannot recover, you need to open the one that is saved in another directory. What I have said here. Fairlight Live Beta 2 improvements, but some work yet to be done, still with some unpredictable behavior under configuration changes. I have so many USB connections, long, this constant noises that I have no idea. I will need to research what is going on, but it could be from the electrical thing. It works. The big issue with Fairlight Live with Atem Mini. I have said the other time, the last, but I will repeat it now. So primarily Failsafe, use backup engine, the things that I have said. Primary remote mode, I have shown it in probably in the first time that I have done. You basically configure the primary. You set the secondary address here, and you set a low remote control without this, and on the remote you configure remote mode and obviously the IP address on the primary. But I have set on both computers under Windows exception for the local firewall for the entire Fairlight Live program. Without researching everything fine tune, I don't need such a. So it needs to be included between. Let me show. No, now it's active. Under advanced settings, I have created this thing for the entire program. Any protocol, any for every profile, I have done this inbound rule and outbound rule because it needs to communicate with the other computer, primary, secondary, without going crazy, and from high level standpoint of view, without doing the research at the networking that is can work and cannot work as well. So I have done exclusion, green light for the entire program, and it works. And this is the other thing. Primary remote control. Insert the IP on the primary of the secondary. On the secondary remote, insert the IP of the primary. And it works on the same principle that is the failsafe. It replicates constantly the settings of the primary, but you can control from the secondary upwards. If you move the fader, it is moving on the primary as well. It is bidirectional. And this is how it's done. MIDI audio console. I'm using perfectly. It works beyond excellent. You can see I have my key control compatible. You set MIDI input to 0, MIDI output to 1, and everything is working. I have all the faders position, the position of all the faders here. I can do the thing selection, I can do muting, I can do this thing, and I can mute whatever I want, even the microphone. Hello, 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 hello. And it works. Obviously, limited faders. This selections, not everything. The pan settings with the thing, it works. The same as with Atem Mini. It works with Atem Mini as well. But you need, if you use this thing open, you need to disable, even though it constantly return here. You need to disable here, enable medium, because it will steal the control surface. Probably most of the times it needs to be dedicated to this one. And it works perfectly. What doesn't work? The integration with Atem Mini doesn't work if you want to live stream natively from Atem. If you want to live stream from Atem, Fairlight Live doesn't work with the live stream produced from the encoder of the Atem Mini. It still uses those settings here. Those settings So if I live stream now, I will have my mic. Basically, this is 0 is imposed by Fairlight Live. Everything is set automatically on the microphone, and it doesn't include the microphone because here is missing the level. And what workaround I have done, I have found that this live production I will have after that the file that is recording now here, and it is quite big. Now it's 20 gig only because it is high throughput, even though it is H.265. I will live stream it after that, connecting it to actually playing it with this my beautiful VLC. I will connect it as it is now on input 1, and it will work perfectly. From 4K it will be downscaled again to 1080p, and I will do output input 1 direct. It bypass everything regarding the audio. It will play directly what is inside my file recording, already recording in this moment, and it will live stream it directly with the audio included. And this is how, without going crazy, I'm live stream to restream with Atem Mini. Otherwise, you need to reverse completely the entire configuration. You need to return to the point when you don't have the digital audio configured. You need to turn it to webcam. You need to clear startup state. You need to save the configuration, and we need to reboot it, and it returns flat without any equalization and dynamics. Or you have, if you still have pre Fairlight Live settings inside your original dynamics equalization on Atem Mini, and it is tons of work and validation that you need to do in order to return to live stream from Atem Mini. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It doesn't include the mic. It includes those because they are high level. As you see, this level is gone. It is done by design by the Fairlight that you can find here. If you go here, those are the settings. This is what is actively using Fairlight line. Those values, and on the Atem Mini everything is turned down in order not to make damages, because this is, from the standpoint of the microphone, completely managed by Fairlight Live. Everything from Atem Mini is set to 0 to infinite in order not to do damages at the electrical levels. Once the synchronization via USB and all the settings are up, it corrects with the new settings on the Fairlight, so there is no damage, but doesn't work with the live stream. Blackmagic, if it is feasible, probably it's not feasible, as I said the last time. The encoder, built-in encoder, live streaming encoder, doesn't include the sound from Atem, from the Fairlight Live. It still works with those, even though it is disabled, it works only with those. And you can do bypass completely everything, even the USB digital, by setting input 1 direct, because it is the retimer and everything is done in this for gaming, and you can live stream directly. And after that, you return even here on program, it switches immediately the routing and it works. And this is what I had to say. I have seen recently a very good video about Fairlight. Let me see if I can find it. That is excellent in order to connect the dots about the routing. The person that is doing everything about Behringer wing and everything has done, it is very, very exceptionally good. And his description of Fairlight about how to connect it with all the channels of the Behringer wing can help you enormously to understand the management of the routing, everything. He is a person that is super prepared on the mixers and routing and everything. For him, it's easy to connect the dots. Even this is basically a software mixer, and his explanation is beyond excellent. So go find it. I can remember the name, unfortunately. And this is everything that I had to say today. Fairlight Live bypass workaround, I said. This I said. Primary Failsafe, I said. Worked perfectly. Yes, it works perfectly via HDMI output as a monitor output. Fairlight Live audio is perfect, except its internal stability settings, incongruency, open, close, everything. But the audio is perfect on the HDMI output. If you want to use it with built-in streaming, you need to break basically everything regarding Fairlight Live and everything of this configuration. It doesn't work with this thing. It works with built-in values. This is not solved yet. Challenging with Atem Streaming, Fairlight, and I have exhausted completely my plan to describe everything. And thank you very much for this thing for watching me. We'll see soon again. This is very, 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 very good. I like the sound, but there is a lot of tweaking. A lot. That is, I would prefer 1,000 times to have physical mixer. You set it and you forget it. You turn on, you turn off. Optimize it once. This is a kind of nightmare for now. It is fragmenting the workflow on 1,000 places, 1,000 tweakings, 1,000 disturbances. You set a lot of USB connection, network basically via USB. I have tons of connections, and introduces other disturbances, electrical, and that before they wasn't present. And it is good, excellent solution, but it is coming with the price of the fragmentation, tweakings, complication, complex systems, and everything. It is not turn on, turn off of the Atem Mini, and everything is going on. With Extreme, the quality built-in is more than good. With Pro, I need to use this in order to compensate. Okay, thank you very much. Let me return here. 75 millimeters, 50 millimeters. And now we need to recover 35. Let's hope for better live production again. And we will see soon again. I will prepare about, I started preparing about all the aspects of Ethernet, my master deep dive master class about Ethernet and TCP. I am saying every time, again and again, I will produce it. Thank you very much. I will not do the outro because I don't do any more IT services with Alqubit because I have joined Sereno recently, and I'm doing only my thing here for fun about live production with the branding of Alqubit. We see soon again. Thank you very much. Goodbye to the next one.